But speaking of Capcom and speaking of Street Fighter, we did get the announcement of Street Fighter 6 Season 2 with two guest characters, Terry Bogard and what's her name? Mai, right? Is it Mai?
My.
Mai, right? Mai from SNK. So what Tim said in the group chat that SNK versus Capcom 3 is coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Then we also got Elena, Jory's request of the character that he wanted to see return. And we also got your boy M. Bison, the
Cycle.
amnesiac back from the dead. The Orochimaru of Street Fighter games is back. And honestly, looking fire.
Let,
Probably the
let,
best
let,
he's looked in
let me see if I got a
at
pic.
least a couple
Let me
games.
see if I got a picture of my boy right here. My boy Bison right here, man.
And he's on the horse that he was in from the Street Fighter movie
Oh,
when he was played
hey,
by.
listen. I was happy. I was happy.
So, okay. Jory, start us off. What did you feel about the announcement of season two and the characters that they introduced? The four
Okay, with
characters.
season two, I think it was too early for the characters, man.
What?
I thought it was too early for Terry Bogard and mine. I think it's too early.
Bro, they just finished season one. When do you expect season two?
No, when I say
Like two other guest characters?
too early for guest characters,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But why?
there's other characters that you guys should have. Makoto should have been a part of that lineup. Sean should have been a part of that lineup. Uh, there's other characters that should have been a part of that lineup. Dudley. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm
you
interested
know,
to I'm interested to see why they're only sticking to four characters. Because I remember the last game you got like six per season.
yeah. This one, if not, they should have added two more extra characters because those guest characters, they like you're not going to be in the next installment. So
Yeah,
maybe this pack should have just probably been a little bit more because I kind of feel like, okay, you're taking the slots of characters that I want to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So a guest character is a guest character. You're not going to ruin your main lineup just so, you understand what I'm saying? Like you're a guest.
No, it makes sense.
These are
It
the
makes
two
sense.
extra slots. These are just bonuses. You don't have to get them, but they're
Hmm.
bonuses. So for example, Sean should have definitely made a comeback. That would have been, oh
Hmm.
my, you could have introduced characters from Rival School. Akira's making an appearance back, or Batsu, or Kyosuke. Like you could have did something, right? What would have made this thing interesting if Bison returned and I don't know his name from Rival School, but he has a katana. He's like a principal, or he's one of the bosses in Rival School. I don't know if you guys ever seen him. He has the white hair and he has a katana
Tim would know more than me.
with the
I
red
know, I
with the
know, I
red.
know who
Y'all
you're
know,
speaking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
y'all
know
know
his
lore
name.
brothers.
I don't know his name, but he would have been what? Him showing up, people would have been, yo, y'all going this route?
Hmm.
I really think I just thought it was too early for the characters, man, the guest
Hmm.
characters. I really believe they should have focused on this. It still should have been in house because it's like it's now. I feel like they're gonna kind of be. I'm almost. It almost worried me a little bit. They're gonna kind of like. They're gonna kind of. We might get more guest characters. I'm hoping not, or maybe one more. I'm hoping not
Hmm.
because they're kind of showing me that they're like not confident in their lineup that they have.
Yeah,
That's what they're showing me,
yeah. And
and so
that's exactly
that's
what
what
I'm
I
bothered
would book
me.
on a yeah. I would actually book on a check-in guest character at some point, but not to a different point. Yes,
Street Fighter
yes.
Cross Tekken already happened, bro. Yeah.
It don't matter because remember that announcement from last time. They both parties are still interested in making that crossover
And
game.
they did by giving you Akuma. And that completed the cycle, bro.
That's not how they thinking, Tim. I'm telling you,
Okay.
that's
That's
not
not.
how they.
Yeah,
Not
they're
Harada.
gonna keep feeding it. Yep,
Not
they're
Harada.
gonna keep feeding into
Harada
it.
didn't even say we haven't officially canceled it yet. So guys, it's not canceled.
They
He
don't
said
have
it.
they don't have to say it, bro. They don't
They
have
have
to.
to.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They
They
do.
said it with SNK. They said it with SNK versus Capcom. Now that the reason why SNK did you see the posters that they dropped on E3? The people's last Evo out of nowhere. Capcom and SNK working together again. 2024. They already
Yeah,
started campaigning. Not to mention, did you know SNK versus Capcom is sold more than any of the Marvel versus Capcoms? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't
They're
know
I
they're
that.
more popular. Yeah, they're way more popular.
I think because it's a much more level world. I say because you got Capcom characters versus these superhumans.
Leveled as what? It's not as leveled anymore,
yeah,
kids. What are you talking
it's
about?
yeah that, and I feel like at this point, especially again, depending on who they pull from these worlds, it's equal playing grounds at this point
Which
because
right? Like Oro doesn't Oro go into the Himalayas to grab a piece of stone and slam you with it? Like yo, Oro's on
bro,
another level, man.
his super is a spirit bomb. Akuma's introducing this game, practicing punching a cliffside. Like it's power scaling is relative in these
Yo,
games at this point.
a 30 pound yo, that's slab stone, bro. That's the stone that you. That's the stone that holds the mountains up. Come on,
Yeah,
guys,
he's
come on.
casually
Who yeah, like nah, man. At this point, man, you
power
got
scaling is not a worry at this point.
nah, man.
I really, yeah.
I'll give my thoughts about the season pass. I was happy to see a
Marissa throwing a line at you. Yeah, this is Baki. She on some Baki
Yeah.
time. Come on, dog.
I was happy to see season two. I was very disappointed in seeing Bison because, like I said in the group chat, you just reneged like a game of spades. Like, yes, combat wise, this is probably the best he's ever been. But your Capcom has keep showing that they have no faith in Street Fighter in terms of story, lineup. So it's kind of like you're just selling a product just by the blindness of the IP.
That's Street Fighter 6 Bison, by the way. I mean Street Fighter 5's Bison. I
Yeah,
think his lore is mad interesting because he absorbed a Hadoken.
yeah. I mean, it's just a simple fact, like bro, like
Hey, that
how
jump was
many
crazy.
times do we have to keep going back and forth? He died and brought back, died, brought
They
back,
go,
and
they,
it's like
they're gonna release a statement. Bison will never die. That's it.
no, but then that's
Well, no,
trash. That's trash, bro.
if it's the lore of the character, like he has contingency plans or contingency plans. I think to but Tim, I agree with him. I think it's yes, you're fitting within your lore, but you're using it as the in case of emergency button over and over and over again. Of like, oh, they didn't really like the world tour and how he set his secretary as the bad
Yeah,
guy.
it's a cop out because like first of all,
Hey, but
because like look at Street Fighter Five. Street Fighter Five basically had every Street Fighter villain, main story villain. First of all,
Yeah,
Sagat,
yeah, they
but then
do.
now Sagat is on this road of redemption. Okay, now you got Bison. Same typical story. Oh yes, we released this story mode for the DLC. Yeah, the Fall of Shadowloo. Okay, you bring in Gil. You bring in Gil. You bring in Seth. You bring in Seth. And like, you still got Akuma on the side, but then it's like, all right, you're trying to fizzle out these characters, but then you introduce G, who is supposed to introduce some apocalypse, and it's like, but that's never explained. And then it's just like the story is just all over the place, and it's really now starting to become very frustrating. Um, with Terry and Mai, I feel like yes, they're the prototypes to introduce yes another Capcom versus SNK3. So I'm happy about that, but I do kind of feel like damn bro, like other people should have been there. But Elena, she was the perfect choice due to the
yeah,
ties to Akuma. Like that was a perfect choice. I'm glad that they aged her a little bit. I'm really looking forward to her combat again. But I just feel like as a season two, this is very. I wouldn't call it weak. It definitely has a lot of hype to it, due to the guest characters and of course Bison again. But it's just I feel like it's weak in terms of they don't have faith in themselves.
Okay, I would agree with that. I do to give them some props though. I do think when we had the discussion last podcast about how we feel about how season passes get rolled out, I think this was the best way to go about Street
yes,
Fighter.
yes.
Here's all four characters from jump. Here's exactly what you're getting. If you want it, please purchase season pass two. If you don't, then you see season pass three. I love that. I'm like, here's no question mark, shaking on the screen. Like, who else is next? It's like, here it is. Here's year two.
It works for Super Smash
Now,
Brothers. It doesn't work for this.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't work for this.
Exactly. I need to know what I'm investing in. I think
It's
we
an
need to get a
investment.
discount
It's
on
an
that shit.
investment, precisely. It's an
Yeah.
investment. Bitcoin
Yeah.
or no Bitcoin. Yeah, but seriously.